I was in a toxic relationship. So after the relationship, my next relationship, there were certain things because of the trauma I had from that relationship and the bad experiences that I had. I said, okay, in my next relationship, intentionally, I'm going to do like this. I'm going to behave like this. And I know behaving like this is going to affect this person, but I have to behave like this to protect myself because of the bad experience I had. I was, overdoing, and it affected me.
Hello, sis. Welcome to the Trauma or Bad Character podcast.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so let's just dive right into it. This is a conversation about people carrying traumas into future relationships and all of that. My friend Suzanne will always say something. She says that, and she always makes this joke with her child, with her son. And she'll say, I'm being a mom for the first time. You're also being a son for the first time. So give me grace. I've not done this thing in my past life. I don't know how to be a mother before. I'm being a mother for the first time. You're being a son for the first time. So let's give each other grace, And I think that it is true. And it also translates into other spheres of life, even in relationship and in love. And so I think we're all also, or should I say maybe a lot of us are doing this healthy love thing for the first time. We don't know healthy love. A lot of us don't know healthy love. We're doing it for the first time. We're experiencing it for the first time because we did not see it growing up. I don't know if that's a narrative that you agree with.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
You agree with that narrative?
Yes, I do.
That we're all doing. Okay, so do you think that people know the difference between healthy love and toxic love? Do you think that people automatically know that?
Okay, you don't automatically know what is healthy and what is toxic if you've not experienced it. You understand? So just like you've said, your friend telling her son, "Oh, this is my first time being a mom." So this is your first time experiencing it is when you experience a toxic relationship and then you meet a real relationship, you can now compare and know, okay, this was a toxic relationship.
Yes.
I was in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
And now I'm in real love. So
yes.
Yeah, some people don't know.
Some people don't know
until they experience it.
Okay. We were having a conversation on the phone the other time, and you said your opinions or perspective about this were just really accurate. Like, how people just move to other relationships with their past traumas and habits that are formed from those traumas. Because when we have traumas, we form habits. Sometimes those habits are toxic. We form them from those traumas and we carry it into next relationships. Do you think that people who carry these things from their past relationships know what they are doing? Do you think that they are intentionally carrying it?
Okay, there are traumas you have from your past relationship that you intentionally carry it to the next relationship.
Okay.
And there are some that affect you as a person. You are not even aware of that this thing has affected you and you've taken it to your next relationship. So, sometimes people do carry traumas. I'll use myself as an example. I was in a toxic relationship. So after the relationship, my next relationship, there were certain things because of the trauma I had from that relationship and the bad experiences that I had. I said, okay, in my next relationship, intentionally, I'm going to do like this. I'm going to behave like this. And I know behaving like this is going to affect this person, but I have to behave like this to protect myself because of the bad experience I had. I was, overdoing, and it affected me. So I just ran back into my shell. So I intentionally carried a baggage from my former relationship to the new one.
I love that. That's very profound. And I think that a lot of us are like that, where we intentionally say, you know what, I'm making this particular thing. Maybe it's even a good thing. Probably taking care of your man, probably doing one or two things that people who are toxic, we consider those things as doing too much, or even consider it as also toxic. So we now carry these things and we'll go into the next relationship and like, I'm not going to do this for any man again, or I'm not going to do this for any woman again, because I've done it before and look at the way that it turned out, right? So now I like us to just have a conversation around it even more, and, you know, just exploring what are some of the things that people carry into their next relationships that they are not supposed to carry on. So first off, in my head, I'm thinking, one of the things that people do is they stop to care too much. I don't know if I should call it pride, but there is this thing that happens in new relationships where the both of you know that you love each other, right? But the both of you are still waiting for who will show that you love each other more, even down to text. Your partner will text you, or the person you're getting into a relationship will text you, and you're waiting hours to respond so that it doesn't look as if you're responding too fast. I feel that these are some of the things that will carry into, you know, relationships. What can you say about, you know, an attitude like that?
Okay. First off, just like you've said, things we shouldn't carry into relationship. You know, not caring too much. You know, you say you love someone, you have to care for them. It doesn't matter the bad experience that you've had, so you don't ruin something good for yourself. There are some experience that you have, and they become a lesson for you as a person, and this will help you grow. Now, if you do not learn the lesson you were meant to learn in that relationship, and you take it into the next relationship, you will still make the same mistakes. And you will still end up calling that same person a toxic, be a guy or a lady. This lady, she's toxic. This guy is toxic.
Yes.
You know, so you have to check, this experience I had, was there a lesson in it? Does it have to do with my personality? Do I need to change from this thing?
Yes.
Do I need to do something? So when you go into the next relationship, you don't repeat the same mistake, because if you repeat the same mistake, you will still get the version of that person from your past relationship, but in another body and another form. So don't take some of the experience you have, look at it, check, there are ones you need to change. Because I'll use myself as an example also. So in the toxic relationship I was, so I remember there was this particular thing. This guy always, you know, he was always emphasizing on, you know, do this, do that. And I, at the time, okay, he was already there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be there. But I didn't know that you need to work. You need to put in work. You need to do a lot of research. You need to do a lot of reading, studying. You know, have your just grow up basically. You know. So I didn't know that. So he was always emphasizing on that. So I didn't see that part. And after the relationship, I looked at everything. You know, I reminisced on everything that happened during the relationship, and I point out. I said, this particular thing, it was actually right about this thing. Maybe if I had changed, not making excuse for him, but this is for myself, for my personal good. Maybe if I had changed and do like this, my life would have been even better. And you know what? After the relationship, you know, that time you have to yourself and all that, and I was like, you know what? I need to do this. I need to gain more knowledge, do this about, change this about myself. And trust me, it helps me. So I would say I gained something from that relationship, you know. So when you look at some of the experience you had from your past relationship, check the ones that you need to change from. Don't take them to your next relationship. You need to change from.
So I love that, because it goes to show that some of these traumas that we carry on are actually from us. Like, how do I put it? Some of the traumas or some of the habits that we carry into new relationships actually have to do with us, not necessarily that another person caused that trauma. Probably there was something we needed to work on even in that relationship that we did not work on. That's right.
Okay. You see, we ladies, I'll use ladies as example. So, you know, you see, ladies, some ladies grow up with this fantasy of how relationships should be, how guys should do the whole calling and caring and everything, you know, and they grow up with this kind of mentality, and they always look out for that in a relationship. So in their past relationship, if they didn't get that, and they will still go into the next relationship. Not, you have to define, this is what I want, not fantasy. Realistic, this is what I want in my relationship.
Yeah.
And you work towards that. You can't say, I want this type of relationship, and
you're not going to work on it.
From the beginning, you said something about we ladies coming from a toxic relationship, and saying, I'm not going to call, I'm not going to do this. I remember my next relationship, I said to myself, you know what? I will not be the first person to say I love you. I will not be the first person to say I love you. So I stood by that. That could be a fantasy.
Yes.
I could live in that realm for as long as, and the person just, men don't really look into this stuff. Some men, and I'll be there. I'll say, and deep down, I want to say, I love you. But because of the past relationship and the past experience I had, I'll be like, okay, maybe because I said I love you first, that's why I experienced this, and then
we start to analyze, and that's over analyzing too. In fact, I really love this, and I love the angle that you're taking it from. And if you're listening, this is also the time to start thinking, like from what she's saying. Maybe sometimes what you are actually calling trauma is bad character. So maybe now you've analyzed that in the former relationship, you said, I love you first. Or in the former relationship, the moment the guy messages, you reply. So probably that's why he took it for granted. Or when you cook, you say, babe, come and eat. So probably that's why he took it for granted. Meanwhile, it just means that this person was not right for you. Maybe they are just toxic and they're carrying their own trauma around. Since I really love the perspective
at the end of the day, you get to miss out on something good.
Exactly.
A lot of ladies.
Not every man is going to say, I love you first.
A lot of women, we do have this fantasy. I don't have to say I love you first. Must buy me flowers, do this, and you live in this realm for as long as, some ladies do get it at the end of the day. Some don't, some get it afterwards, So, but when you make this, you take it from your past relationship and you begin to set these unrealistic standards, like this is it, that's that. Also with guys.
Yeah.
A lot of guys carry so much packages from their relationship. Ever met a guy and you ask him, when was the last time you were in love? And he said, when I was in secondary school, my SS3, in my university years. Since then, you've not been in love. And you can ask a lady, when was the last time?
I've been dating.
He has been dating. So, when was the last time you were actually in love? And a lady can say, my last relationship, So a lot of guys carry a lot of baggages from their former relationship. They guide their heart so much. They don't want to love a girl too much. They don't want to do this because of the bad experience there. And it breaks trust with guys. They tend not to trust a lady too much. So guys, most importantly, they carry a lot of traumas from their past relationship, bad experience. Maybe the girl cheated on them or something. And when they're with the right woman now, they're now with the right woman who is right in front of them. And they're like, because of the bad experience they had, they'll feel, at some point, she's going to do this. At some point, she is going to cheat on me. At some point, so they carry these baggages. Some of them miss out on good women.
I love it. I really, really love it, because in fact, I've seen men who go into fresh relationships, and even women, and constantly we are looking for that thing that will spoil. Like we're intentionally looking for it, even when it's not there. We're looking for it, like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And even when people act natural, so let's say that a man is acting natural towards you, or a woman is acting natural towards you, you are still like, no. There has to be something. Where is your real self? Show me your real self, and it's all coming from the trauma from those past relationships. And then even bringing it to how we treat each other in relationships. I know that we've explored the fact that people can carry these things mistakenly without even knowing. What of people who carry it intentionally? people who, okay, for example, you were in a past relationship where probably the guy was always abusive, probably, I'm not talking of physical abuse, probably emotional abuse
What?
and all of that. And you decide, you know what? Maybe this is why I wanted this person so much, because they were emotionally unavailable. So you decide, you know what, in my next relationship, I am also going to be emotionally unavailable so that I would be wanted. Just like we were saying earlier, people who say, I'm not going to care that much again, those ones can be coming from a place of trauma. But how about people who intentionally plan out these things? This is how I'm going to be. Or don't you think that people plan it out? I mean, you could be of a different opinion.
Oh, people do. Trust me, people do. There are people that they left a toxic relationship, a bad experience, and you know what? Someone did this to me. I'm going to do this to someone, and they follow the same step. That's been intentional. They follow the same steps, and they do that to someone else.
Yeah.
You know, so those are people that are being intentional. They come out from a bad relationship and they want to do whatever they experience to the next person. And you know, these things, funny how life gets, you know, when you plan things like this to do to people, you end up doing it to the right people.
Exactly.
To the good
and
ones.
Then missing out on good things.
You do it to the good ones and you miss out on a good thing. You will not meet the bad person to do it back, or you meet the good ones to do it and you miss out on a good thing.
Sis, do you think we are recycling trauma and recycling toxic relationship by just this one thing of carrying traumas to different relationships? Do you think it has become a cycle that we are all we're recycling, we don't even know? Yeah. So when we carry to this next one and that person is a good person, we go there, we traumatize the person, we carry it. Do you think this whole thing is a cycle?
Yeah, I think people are recycling it. Some are aware, some are not aware. They're recycling it. And, you know, when it comes to relationship, you have to understand that this person is coming from here. You are coming from here. You're coming from a different background. And this person is coming from a different background. Obviously, you guys have different mentality. But something and something brought you guys together. You have to understand that it takes time. You have to build with these people. So, but people don't have the patience. A lot of people don't have the patience. So based on their bad experience before, they don't have the patience to build with somebody. And when I'm saying build, because people have this mentality of when you mean build with someone, it means build wealth. You meet someone that is broke.
Exactly.
No. You have to be, apart from that, that is important in a relationship. But there is building in a relationship. You have to build something to someone that you've not known for, let's say you meet this person and you're 28, 29. You've missed out 29 years of this person's life. So you guys need to build, get to know each other, get to understand each other. If not, you know, we'll keep recycling, we'll keep going round circles, you know, repeating the same thing, going from here, and you keep hearing the same complaint, and they take it to marriage. And take it to marriage, and you're like, I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know you were like that. Whereas relationship is about building.
Yes. I love that. And this whole cycle, I mean, it's so toxic. It's so toxic thinking about it, because you leave a toxic relationship, you start working on yourself. After working on yourself, you meet somebody who have not healed from their own toxic relationship. So they carry their own toxic and come and mess you up.
And ruin everything again. And you start all over again.
Honestly, so it's just like a vicious cycle. And I'm thinking, how do we break out of this cycle? Like, how do you think we can break out of this cycle? Because now I love this conversation in the sense we are all getting to know that we're doing this healthy love thing for the first time. And it's important to know where you stand. Do I understand healthy love? Do I understand healthy love? And how do you differentiate healthy love from unhealthy love? When you have now understood that, you now start asking yourself, what toxic traumas am I carrying? What toxic traits am I carrying? What traumas am I coming from? When you've now understood where you are coming from, now it's time to now determine, how do we break off from this cycle, sis? How one break up? Because you come out, you heal, you read books, you go to therapy, you do all these things, and then you go and jam one person that is also coming from their own traumatic relationship, and they are saying to themselves, I will not reply messages on time. And meanwhile, for you, when your partner sends you a message, you should reply immediately. This is the love of your life. This is someone you claim to love. And then this person is coming with their own baggage of, I won't be replying so quick, or with their own baggage of, I don't want us to be seeing all the time. Let's be seeing once a week. And you're asking yourself, is this, I don't know, is this a distance relationship inside a inside the same city? So how do we break off really?
Okay, so personally, I think a lot of people are in the wrong relationship. So how to break free? First, you need to be sincere and honest with yourself.
Yes,
This is what I want. This is what I want in a relationship. This is the kind of relationship that I want for myself. Okay, so I'll use myself as an example. So when I left my toxic relationship, and after a few years, I met somebody, and at this point, I was already a career woman, busy and everything. I already said, okay, this is what I want in my relationship. I want this kind of relationship where we are both busy, we're both working, and at the end of the day, even if we don't get to talk to each other during the day, we can just, text, who can reply, can respond. But you have this consciousness that, oh, this person is extremely busy. That's why they're not responding at this time. And, after the whole day, we get to talk and gist about the whole day. People don't know what they want. So when they even get what they need, they don't even know it.
Yeah.
So you have to know what you want. So when I got what I have always wanted, I just immediately I knew.
Yeah.
So you see, some people will say, I don't want someone to call me too much. Don't call me too much. Don't disturb me. Don't do this. But then this person comes and doesn't call. And you complain. You are not calling me. Why haven't you called me? You have not texted me.
That's so lovely. So we are saying some people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want.
People don't know what they want. They know what they want.
They know what they don't want.
Yes.
But they don't know what they want. So when they even get what they even want, they can't even recognize it.
Yes. Because a lot of ladies live in this fantasy that a guy must call. And this is not even about guys. Guys do it too. Yes, guys do it too. So we have to wake up and say, this is what I want in my relationship. This is what I don't want in my relationship. So when this thing comes, you will recognize it. And you yourself, you have to become that person. You have to become that person. So when that thing comes, when that kind of relationship comes, you will recognize it and you go with the flow.
P, thank you so much. This has been so amazing. Thank you. I love the detail and the depth that we have gone into with this. And if you've listened to this, I'm very sure that you've learned something. And in addition to what she has said about knowing what you want, which is very, very important, not just what you don't want. Oh, I don't want someone like this. I don't want someone like this. What do you also want? You need to be very clear. And then who are you? You need to know who you are. Who are you? Analyze yourself. Go to therapy. Know your own toxic traits. Know your own. Some of us come from past relationships. We know we are coming with traumas, but we don't even know the trauma we are coming from. So even when you meet that trauma again, you can't recognize it. So you need to know yourself. You need to know the traumas that you're coming from. You need to know the toxic traits you are trying to avoid. You need to know those things. It's only when you know them that you can avoid them. Guys, thank you for watching Trauma or Bad Character Podcast. Please keep watching and I'll see you in the next episode.